listening to Oh My Omaha, the podcast, where we uncover inspiring things about our community through the stories of inspiring people who call it home. I am Dee Harrell, and this is the creator of Oh My Omaha, the blog, and the blogosphere's friendliest face herself, Kim Reiner.
Hi there.
What's up, Kim?
Hey, Dee.
How goes it?
Great. We're live.
We are.
In a totally different setting, if you guys can't tell.
Yeah, I have no idea what they're hearing from us right now, but we have a whole different mishmash of sounds going on.
Yeah. So we are here at Bloody Mary Fest.
We are.
Warner Park.
Mm-hmm.
It is home of the Storm Chasers baseball and Union Omaha.
Union, yeah. I was actually just here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wednesday. It was awesome. If no, yeah, you should come. It's a really great environment, and we were out on the berm. And kids are everywhere teaching gymnastics and whatnot. It was great. Yeah, you should come.
I know. I love soccer, so I'm surprised I haven't gone to a game yet, but
it's really fun. And like the support is awesome. It was my first Union game, but yeah, Bloody Marys.
Mm-hmm. And Sunday, so
yeah,
we're not usually here up Sunday morning as early as we have been.
No, but like Bloody Marys on a Sunday morning seems really fitting to me 20 years ago, maybe, I think, or so.
I might have to sample some just because I've not found a Bloody Mary like that I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Like the idea of a savory drink in the morning.
Yeah, I love it. Again, vegan. Yeah. It's like my meal on a Sunday morning.
This is your place.
Yeah, but like in Canada, we have Caesars. So for those of you who don't know what a Caesar is, it's pretty much a Bloody Mary, but it's got clamato.
Okay.
It's delicious. Well, I remember it being delicious.
It's been a while.
Well, yeah. Not clamato. I haven't even seen. I'm sure they
might be able to find clamato.
Yeah, you should try a Caesar.
Okay.
It's delicious.
Maybe.
But
I'm in Canada next time.
Next time you're in Canada, you should.
Right.
But yeah, I like the meals that are included in the
I'm
Bloody
curious
Mary.
to see what the accoutrements, add-ons they have to make it stand out.
I didn't look at the rules if they have a limit to what they can add. Like, is there any particular, limit of spices or anything you can put on it, or
I bet
skewers of things?
Skewers and the little tiny cups, the taster cups.
What would your dream ingredient be?
I mean, I would think bacon. It sounds like what would go well. I don't know. Like I said, I don't. We went to when we were in Minneapolis. We went to brunch at Hell's Kitchen, not related to Gordon Ramsay or anything, but and they had a massive Bloody Mary bar, and that was probably the one time where I'm like, maybe I would consider building something with all the food that you could add to it. But I don't really know what makes a good Bloody Mary. So.
I'm a texture person, so I think like something crunchy and then juicy. So like a crouton maybe, or some kind of chip.
Like a tomato soup.
Tomato cereal with some pickled onions and olives. I don't know. That sounds amazing.
Well, we should explain why. So we found out we were going to be doing a live episode at Bloody Mary Fest, and I immediately knew who I wanted to have on the episode. Mm-hmm. It made a lot of sense. Yep.
So why don't you go ahead and introduce our guests?
Yes. Then? So we have Jay and Leah Hall, and they are the creative duo behind Gastronom. They're here they're from Omaha, and they support the Omaha culinary scene and the cocktail scene, and they're also fabulous travel writers, and they do spirited travel, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But they're also parents of 2 boys, and when they're not creating their recipes for wonderful cocktails, they're at home. They have this awesome pool and backyard. I've been there, and we just want to thank Jay and Leah. Welcome to our show.
Hi. We're happy to be here.
We are so happy you're here. Now, truth be told, we did have a little bit of a conversation beforehand, so I did get some tips on your views of Bloody Mary-dom, if that's a word. And I'm really curious. We touched on it a little bit, but you guys have a recipe for tomato water Bloody Mary?
Yes. The recipe is on the blog. It's tomato water Bloody Mary, and basically we took tomatoes, chopped up some cucumbers, so you get a little water from the cucumbers and the tomatoes. Just let them sit. I don't even remember how long, but you let it sit for a few hours. And what comes out is this beautiful light tomato water liquid. And it's such a light Bloody Mary. It's not heavy like a lot of them are, which, you know, he hates tomatoes. So
sometimes when you think about a Bloody Mary, it's like having this big heavy soup, like a tomato gazpacho or something. And I struggle with that texture, like you were saying. But this is like super light and refreshing, and especially like as you get those summer days where it's really hot, it's fantastic. And you get the like fresh out of the tomato gardens, right? Fresh out of the garden tomatoes. Clearly, we haven't had enough Bloody Marys this morning. But you get that, and it's like fantastic. It's just light, refreshing, and crisp. So
That's awesome.
So I was wondering, Leah, if you are more a fan of Bloody Marys, what do you think helps a recipe stand out? Like something like this, what makes the perfect, great Bloody Mary?
Honestly, it depends, because I think you need, personally, I like it spicy. I don't like, you know, just plain tomato. I got to have a little spice in there. And then Worcestershire sauce is big for me, but I like that smoky undertone that it seems to give. And obviously just salt and pepper, and I'm a happy girl. I don't mind a Bloody Mary, but I don't get them very often, because if he doesn't want them,
Right.
I actually love when they put a twist on it and replace vodka with something like mezcal. And you do that, and I know that's like one of the best Bloody Marys I ever had. They did like subbed out the vodka for mezcal, and it was like amazing and smoky, and like the savory flavor like really pops. And it was like, wow, this is really, really good. And I actually had like 2 or 3. So it was like one of those like, when you find it and it works, you know it. So
That's awesome.
That sounds
I'm
good.
like,
now you're gonna try it now, aren't you?
yeah.
immediately you're going to go home and it's
And then
like,
you're like, what other liquor goes with it?
see,
right?
Actually, we've done gin.
Yeah.
And the original flavored vodka, right? But the gin actually works really well, because a lot of bloodies have the lemon. You know, they get lemon juice in there, so you get that citrus. And the herbal notes of the gins really work really well with you know, a lot of the tomatoes and the savory flavors. So
Well, I'm just
Awesome.
wheels are spinning. Yes.
So I've known you guys for several years. We're not both. All of us are. There's kind of a big scene of Omaha bloggers and influencers, I suppose you can call ourselves now. But it's interesting you guys have evolved what you covered. You guys want to talk about maybe what you do now and focus on, or how you got to this point?
Yeah.
Tell us about who you guys are.
You want to go, or should I?
Yeah, no, it was funny because we actually started it as a like restaurant review site, because we knew so many restaurant people, and we're people out of the Taste of Omaha, and did a bunch of those types of events where you ran into restaurant owners, and it was like these cool people you wanted to highlight what they did. But she had just had our first child, and our second child. Sorry.
See, you are delirious.
I know, I am delirious. But we just had our second child, and we were like, hey, let's go review restaurants with a newborn. So
We
clearly
were very
bad
sleep
decision.
deprived. Yeah.
Honest though,
We were.
I imagine there's no filter on
no
that
filter,
on that review.
Nope.
So that clearly didn't work out. And then we were like, well, we still wanted to do something. So then we went to food blogging, and
That's hard.
that's hard. It's really hard.
And you have to make recipes over and over and over, and I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we ended up, blind dumb luck, made a cocktail, and it went kind of viral and got picked up by a couple big websites, and I think we were on the Huffington Post, and then
Nice.
a company that we had sponsored it. Well, they
sent us a bottle.
They sent us a bottle, and we used their product in this recipe, and they took that recipe and went and won a silver medal at an international spirits competition as their featured thing. And we were like being dumb.
We were very dumb.
We were like, let's just recreate and have lightning strike.
Surely
twice.
this will keep happening over and over and over, right? No.
And so we just kept making cocktail recipes, and
That's awesome.
we just swiveled right into let's make cocktail recipes, and our readers liked it. So
then we started writing about the distilleries, wineries, breweries, places we've traveled that have alcohol or different cocktails. And so it's kind of evolved now into doing both.
Okay, so speaking of your travels, is there any places, or are there any places that are that you guys could kind of touch on or recommend that are really unique or funky, cool atmosphere to kind of hang out and have a cocktail, or
here in Omaha or otherwise?
Both.
Oh boy.
I mean,
I could.
we were gonna talk about Omaha cocktail places soon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not necessarily they might have just the best cocktails, and it's not just an amazing atmosphere necessarily, but in travels, I bet you guys seen some incredible places.
Oh yeah,
Minneapolis.
Yeah,
was really cool.
I was gonna say
Minneapolis had a really fantastic cocktail scene.
Yeah,
they've got a lot of local people that want to do things unique, and so Minneapolis, St. Paul in that area was really surprising how. I guess I shouldn't say really surprising.
No, it wasn't surprising.
A big, cool
but I think everywhere we went, it was consistently good.
Oh, that's nice.
And so that's always exciting for us. We're like, oh, we don't have to be like, oh, don't go here. You know, we can say these are all the places we did go, and that's always exciting. You know, and we're always big fans of Napa and Sonoma. We can always find stuff out there, food, cocktails, not just wine.
Yeah.
You know, so we're big fans out there. We go to San Francisco a lot. His sister lives there, and so we, you know. We can always find a place in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And I would even say consistently, you know, we're very happy in Omaha. We always find good stuff here.
Omaha has a sneaky good food scene.
So tell us about some of your favorites.
Yeah.
Oh, favorites. So like if we talk cocktail bars, like Mercury downtown is like hands.
We call it our home bar.
That's how I found out about them, is you guys talking about them.
Right.
And, you know, Clark and his team down there have done amazing things. You know, Clark was at the Boiler Room and started that and had really a great cocktail program that stood on its own with all the great food that you know, the Boiler Room has always done back when Paul Kulik was down there. But when he branched out on his own and did his own bar, and then like everything was great, and their quirky sense of humor on their menus, and they're kind of like, hey, we're going to do something new, and that I guarantee you probably haven't seen. Just it's awesome.
We go every time there's a new menu. We're like, hi, we're here. What do you got for us?
It's like drink the menu, and have a lot of fun with that. So
other ones, I don't know. There's Tiny House, there's Night Owl, there's
actually, Anna's Place.
Anna's Place.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the?
It's in the Hotel Indigo.
Right.
It's the speakeasy, so you have to knock on the door, and then they'll let you in. Yeah, like you don't need a password, but you have to knock on the door.
You do have to knock.
Yes.
Devin down there is like killing it, and his team is like fantastic, and they're like big on
women-owned brands,
women-owned brands, and social things, and so they're really cool, and it's a cool space. I mean, they do
it's intimate,
very intimate, and it's sexy.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a sexy place.
Yeah.
Red lights. Don't be afraid. Like you won't look bad because everything is red. It's like there's no wrinkles. There's no I'm like, let's go in there again.
From a photographer's side,
it's terrible.
Not a spot to go and shoot. But you know, it doesn't matter. It's just too cool, and they do a lot of special events. You know, with they had like Happy Hour History, that show that's on like Amazon Prime, where they talk about like all the history of like how cocktails
and booze.
Ooh, I love that.
And all that, which was really cool.
Yeah.
They had a special event there. They had they do burlesque shows. They do tarot card readings, and it's like a special event. And then they'll do a lot of special event nights where they have here we're going to do this cool show.
Yeah,
and it's like.
How do you guys find out about it? Is it through social media, or do you have to do like join their email list to find out about these events?
It's just on their website. Like if you follow them on social media or on their website, you can just buy the tickets right there. Oh, cool. So easy. But they always post ahead of time. Like they're really good about stuff. They're like, hey, we have these coming up, and so you know and can plan around them. So
do you have any drink recommendations from either or favorites?
You know, they change so often, and they do new menus all the time that I don't know if I have a favorite, because usually what they make me, I'm very happy with. Because their menus change so often, I can't really say one specific.
So like at Anna's Place, they have like their old fashioned
Yeah.
menu,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is like their base like set of old fashions, which changes.
Yeah.
And but you can go through it, so it's just not your standard like here's some bourbon with some sugar and bitters. It's a twist on it, and
Right.
I think they had like 10 different ones that are like standard that they had down there. But I'm trying to think. The last time we were at Mercury, they had it was like your personality type. So like the Myers-Briggs test.
Like you could take a test, and then it would tell you which cocktail to get, and it was really funny. Mine did not fit what I wanted, though. It was. I was like, this is wrong. They're like, you don't have to stick with it. I was like, good, because I'm not going to.
Which was wrong? The personality test or the drink
personality test? But the drink they assigned to it,
Yeah.
I was like, no, I would never order that.
Oh, that'd be interesting. I'd probably get some kind of bubblegum pop situation.
Well,
They'd make it for you.
they would, yeah. Well, actually, that was the other one that's really fun at Mercury. If you're a cocktail nerd, we're cocktail nerds, and we openly say we're cocktail nerds. We will go into a bar and talk to bartenders and just like geek out about what new flavors they're playing with or that. But Mercury has this cocktail-o-matic, so it's an old cigarette vending machine that you put in. You tell them I want to do the cocktail-o-matic. They'll bring you out a little token. You put it in the machine, and it randomly.
It'll just spit out this little recipe,
and you take it up to them. You can peek and see what your recipe is, but it literally is a message in a bottle. And you take it up to them, and a lot of them are like
classics.
Menus or like past menu favorites, like things that were awesome. I've never had a bad cocktail there. With that, there's been some weird ones.
Yeah,
but like it's like we're gonna make this like the way they made it in 1920.
And you're like, but it's good.
It's good, but I can see like a way to do stuff.
You're like, okay, so it takes 20 minutes to make. We're gonna muddle this.
That's fine.
And muddle.
We'll wait.
And of course, everybody knows Night Owl. Night Owl down there in Blackstone.
I love Night Owl.
Is cool. It's funky. The like 70s lounge.
Right.
Is like so on point.
And lighting. Again, here we go.
Right.
Yeah.
The constant theme of good lighting. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You don't look bad there. And they've got some like those vegan the tater tots, the tachos.
The
those
tachos.
are excellent.
Oh, I go just for those.
Right.
And the irreverent menu titles.
Yes.
Love.
Also,
and the movie and the choices that they view on the screens.
Yes. The old movies.
I feel like I'm in like at Three's Company. At the what's the bar called? Yes, the Regal Beagle. Three's Company.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Nice.
So there are a couple of bars like that. There's the Night Owl, and then like Interlude or
Red
Holiday.
Lion. Isn't there one Red Lion in Blackstone?
Oh, I love Red Lion.
Red
Yes.
Lion down there is that same way.
Have you been to Fizzy's?
That's
okay.
her. Like,
I literally talk
every
about
episode.
Fizzy's every single episode.
Well, good. I'm glad I brought it up.
I even said that last night. We were driving, and I was like, "You should just see if Fizzy's wants to be on," because I've literally talked about them every single one. It's totally our place. Love.
So much fun.
It is so fun, and again, for vegans, right? Like it's you get that dive bar-y, like, or I should say, more of like a diner situation.
Diner, yeah.
Because like
with the milkshakes and the food. Yeah. Oh,
they have the vegan ice cream, and they got I can have a burger with gluten-free bun.
Correct.
And fry. Oh, so good.
Great options there.
And honestly, boozy milkshakes.
Right.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and
Two
dangerous.
prices in one.
Oh my gosh, but they're White Russian.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
good.
Yes.
And the way that you order, like when you're at a booth
with the phone,
Yeah.
and the jukebox. Now we're talking atmosphere and stuff. The jukebox really means a lot to me, or the patio. So like a lot of bars, even from when I was young, I'm like, do they have a good music selection?
Right.
It says a lot. Fizzy's is a great,
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
great jukebox.
They do.
So another really fun kind of cocktail place to go is actually V-Mertz.
Yep.
So
For cocktails.
Yeah.
they have a really solid cocktail game down there. And we've gone in there before at like, there's other restaurants that are busy down there, and everybody's like, oh, you can't get into V-Mertz, and you can go, and there was like, you sit at their little bar there that they had, and it was like, get a really good cocktail and
appetizers
and an appetizer and that, and it was kind of like, wow, it was good. And I'm trying to remember the guy's name that was down there.
Yeah, you got me. I don't know.
But he always kind of had started this thing. It's just like, I'm going to make this way to have a solid, like really good cocktail because they've got
great wine.
And,
yeah.
And obviously the food is fantastic there, but you can get a really good cocktail, which is its own culinary experience that you can go and see and get a match with a great food. So
yeah. I think the experience, you did hit on something. The experience is a really big part of it. I mean, when you guys have been talking about the different bars, first of all, I'm going to check out all of those. The idea of going to a vending machine and getting just some random is super cool. And like the different theme nights. And even like you brought up Tiny House, the different booths that you can sit in and the atmosphere is so cool. Like that. Have you been to Tiny House?
Oh yeah, the
my God, I love
room.
Oh, that broadcast room. Like I love that. Like oh my gosh, I love that place.
They have comedy there, like once a month, I think.
They do,
and it's like sitting in your living room and having someone.
It's awesome.
5 feet away, telling you jokes.
I love. They have it's spice cake. I think is the drink I like there. It's like it tastes like a carrot cake. It really is amazing. So good.
They've got great options there. I've never had a bad cocktail.
I love the creativity though. You know, like it's awesome.
Yeah, actually, and another one that most people. Now my brain is
good.
Dirty Birds.
Yeah.
So Dan and Mo's down there. They're like one of our favorites anyway. We're big kitchen table people.
Yeah.
And they are kitchen table alum. Colin and Jess at Kitchen Table do a fantastic job.
Yep.
It was really cool to see him get on.
Well, you guys were
we were on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives with them. So.
Yeah.
Guy, we actually got to have like a meal with Guy, which was its
Awkward.
own awkward thing that you don't realize because like the food literally is coming off. It is steaming hot, and Guy is like,
"Why haven't you taken a bite?
Take a bite. You got to eat." And it's like, sorry, I don't feel like putting a nuclear sun in my mouth right now.
I value my taste buds.
You're just on TV, like
basically.
Glowing.
Why haven't you taken more than one bite? I'm like, because it's hot.
Look, Guy, it's smoking. But it was like really cool to see those guys get recognized. But Dan and Mo's used to work as like their kitchen things, and Colin and Jess helped them get launched. And Dirty Birds is doing like really awesome stuff.
Cool.
And they have like cool little cocktails.
They always have different cocktails too. I don't think they've ever been the same.
No. I think their Sassafras Old Fashioned.
Yeah.
Has been
consistently
on there. Yeah.
Sassafras Old Fashioned.
Old Fashioned. Yeah.
And
which is good.
It's so much deeper than like root beer. Like you think of root beer, but Sassafras has like a almost, I don't know how to describe it other than like rooty flavor. Like I that's so cliche, but it's just like it's deeper and darker than root beer.
Old fashioned candy flavor.
Yeah, yes.
That you get
like those root beer candies.
Root beer candies or the Whorehound. Like little hard candies that you get whenever you go to. Like if you ever go to the like historic farm museums, you
they have the
old candy, and there you go, and you get it, and you
it's
don't
like
know what it is.
It's almost like a syrup made out of that. Whiskey, and it's excellent
with whiskey.
Yeah.
So you can get like their amazing like fried chicken and that, and have a happy meal, and then sit out there at the classic old Flatiron Building.
Yep.
And we actually were down there not that long ago. Last week for just in the evening, and it was one of those nights where it was 70 degrees out, no wind, and outside sitting on the patio was just awesome. Yep. It was a great night.
Idyllic.
Yes. So we can take the kids because they love the fried chicken.
Yeah, so you have 2 boys. What do you guys do around Omaha with them?
Not go to bars. We don't go to bars with the kids. No, we really. They actually love Kitchen Table too. We brought that up, but they are always willing to go down there to go eat. And we love to go to events. We love to go to different things. They love to hike, so we go a lot of times into the Los Hills or Fontenelle and go do that with them.
Awesome.
Yeah, take them down to Shram and do some of those like that area.
What kind of events are you guys, like festival families or concerts or shows?
More shows. Like they're both little drama nerds, and so they love to go to the Orpheum or to where else am I thinking?
The Omaha Performing Arts.
And stuff with that. And like his mom used to take him all the time to the Rose when they were little, and so they both fell in love with drama, and so they're always willing to go to musicals or plays or whatever. So we do that a lot, and just different things like that. They're really, I mean, they're outdoor kids, but they're not sports kids. Yeah. And so, we don't go to a lot of sports stuff with them, but
they're budding culinary.
They are
people.
Cool.
I mean, they're they've broadened beyond the hot dog and fries. Although one is he is like, I'm just happy with if you give me 15 different kinds of French fries, he would just go nuts about it.
Or potatoes in general. Yeah,
you should just kind of cultivate that.
Like
yes,
poutine,
some
he would be all about that.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Any
Absolutely.
potato, and he's a happy kid. So.
He has proposed doing a potato-based blog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which we're like, let's roll with it, buddy. That sounds good.
Yes. I'm like, please do. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I eat so many potatoes. I would love some fresh feedback on that.
Right. New options.
Absolutely.
So you can literally be like, hey, what are you going to get? And he's like, I'm getting like
Potatoes.
this potato and this potato for a meal. And we're like, okay,
I was like,
whatever.
My daughter, she's still not ready to branch out too far, but she will critique different chicken finger places. Like she knows what she likes. And like in
the
Omaha,
breading and the dip sauce.
Like Omaha, she's like Blatt is where's her go-to for chicken fingers.
Have you done Dirty Birds yet?
We have.
Okay.
She did enjoy that.
Okay, good.
But yeah, so she's peculiar about that. But like we're trying to get her to branch out, but she's still a tween.
She knows what she likes.
Right?
Yeah.
And our older son, at least, is now like he'll add stuff to his hamburger. Like it used to be just plain cheeseburger, and now he's seeing on the menu all these interesting combinations. And
it's fun when they suddenly are willing to try.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, I'm going to see where you want to branch out.
Yeah.
It's fun.
We took our kids. We went on a trip through Utah and hit 3 national parks in Utah as our summer vacation. And we went to a place called
Hell's Backbone.
Hell's Backbone, which is like a James Beard nominated restaurant in
and it's in the middle of nowhere.
Boulder, Utah, which is like about as far as you can possibly get from civilization.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like a town of like 150 people, but it has this amazing locally foraged sourced place. If you get it, if you're in Utah and you go to like Capitol Reef National Park, it's worth the drive to go to this place.
Cool.
Because it's amazing food. But that's where we discovered our youngest was like absolutely in love with trying anything.
Oh.
And he was a little flirt and got the chef to come out. And was flirting with the chef.
He was like, "This is the most delicious thing I've ever eaten." I was like, "You little."
And then he's like, and then the chef is like bringing him out new stuff to try, and I'm like,
working it.
Yeah, I was like, good job, buddy. That was good. And
you're like, now you just let him lead when you guys go to places.
You do that,
do your thing. It's fine.
You're cute.
Yeah.
And apparently can talk to chefs, flatter them. So
that's great. That honestly, still thinking about the potato blog.
Potato blog, yeah.
It's a great idea.
So.
You can come up with like some potato drinks, potato vodka things, different things. To
yeah, he'd have to lean on that, I guess. There's our branch out.
Yeah.
The potato
vodka.
All right,
now, what about mocktails? Have you guys done any recipes from it? Do they enjoy those?
They yes. And even like last night I was making dinner and they're like, "Where's my mocktail?"
Oh. It does elevate.
A short order cook? No, this is it's like all the time. They're like, "Let me try this or this." And a lot of times like we will do a Saturday of like 6 to 8 cocktails in a day. Like we don't drink them because we can't. You can't take photographs and make sense when you're making that
voiceover.
Or you at least think you do.
Right, we do. But a lot of times we'll take what we make like that night and like ingredients we've used during the day, and then we'll make them a mocktail that night. And so they know what's coming.
Yeah.
Usually on a Saturday night, and they're like, "This is so awesome! This is new. Oh, I like this, or I didn't like this." And they'll critique us.
That's
and
good.
So,
we actually let them smell a lot of the cocktails that we make, or talk to them about why we're doing something, which, they're both very curious about it. And of course they also like to also go to their teachers and be like, so I work for my mom and dad's website.
They work for us.
And they do. So our youngest does a lot of our oldest does a lot of video editing. The youngest goes in and he gets to be like the camera assistant guy and hold light boards and stuff like that. And so they're seeing it and getting skills, which is cool. But they'll be like, well, what is it? And then you talk to them about like what we obviously taste, but they can smell things. And that's kind of like pushing their brain into describe what you're doing. And that sensory thing is really cool.
Smart.
And powerful. So
That is. It's diversifying their experience.
So it's been like fun to take them to actual like serious restaurants.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, and we took them to a winery last year or two out in Napa, and you know they were even asking questions from everybody there, and I was like, "Look at you!" I'm so
we went to a brewery with the kids, and we got a tour, and they were the ones that
were asking the questions, right?
Like, okay,
That's so cool.
And our oldest is like, "Well, maybe wine making is a career I want to do," and I'm like, "Awesome, okay, I'm going to embrace that." Yeah, so
okay, cool.
We will help you.
Yeah. And then the other one can have the potato truck on the with the successful cookbook, and I will be there.
There we go.
That's awesome.
Potato and wine pairing.
Yes.
Ooh, I bet. Yeah, you could do it.
So,
I'm sure.
Okay, seriously. There's so many ideas. I'm thinking, what do we do? What other liquor do we put into Bloody Marys? What can we put in? Switch out for old fashions?
I mean, I don't know many potato alcohol except vodka, but
right. I'm thinking like a mole for the Bloody Mary. Add some coffee or something. I don't know. You got to spark something. I'm just going to go home and play around.
That literally is like what we do. There's times that we'll be talking about like a meal, or we had a dish, and it's like, oh, we should figure out a cocktail that'll work with that.
Yeah. We've made a lot of bad things too, but
yes, chemical weapons in the kitchen, definitely bad.
Well, I guess we should kind of wrap it up a little bit,
right?
Well, we end each of our shows with the same question, which we will now ask you. Where do you find inspiration in Omaha?
I think I gather a lot of inspiration from the local produce and
that's what I was going to say
the seasons that go on.
Yep.
Walking through the farmers market, love to go wander through and see what new produce is out. And
like when we went last week and there was all that cilantro, it sparked a lot in my brain, and I was like, ooh, this could be great. Or like a radish, or different things.
Actually,
and
that
beets.
the local kombucha.
Oh,
that was amazing. That was the first time that we've seen them at the farmers market. And
well, we hadn't been in a while, so
but we were like, ooh, you're new and really cool flavors. So I don't remember their name, but it sparked a whole lot of discussion that how can we use kombucha in a cocktail or do something like that. Or make that's a nice way to do a mocktail.
Right.
So,
and it adds a lot of flavor and fizz and Oh yeah.
That's nice.
And the amazing food scene.
Right.
I mean, we have a lot of really good people that are doing really cool
and
really awesome stuff. And it's sneaky good that I want to scream from the mountaintop like Omaha is awesome and have great food, but at the same time I'm like,
stay away.
Stay away, 'cause I want to keep it self.
Get a reservation.
It's kind of the theme.
Exactly.
We kind of started that. We're like, no, they don't have a great patio. Don't go there. You don't need to.
You don't need to go. No.
Only go on Tuesdays.
Yes.
Or whatever.
I'm not gonna
when I'm not going to be there. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. Do you have anything you want to share with listeners, or anything that you got to shout out?
I don't know. You got anything?
No, just go check out the website.
Yeah.
There's
lots of recipes on there.
Plug all your things.
Yes. What's the website?
So we are gastronomblog.com. Yes, it's a play on gastronomy because that was when we were still doing food and we just decided not to change it. So that's what stuck. Or you can find us at Gastronom Cocktails on Instagram, and we're on TikTok and Pinterest and all those kind of things too.
Yeah.
So.
I made a note with Kim. I was like, is there a Gastronom?
That's so hard to say.
I was like, how do I get that?
How would you introduce yourself?
You have to practice. You said Worcestershire are really good, and I was like, she said that really, really smooth. She could probably say Gastronomaha 5 times in a row.
Right. I don't know.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, we're back.
Hi.
We are joined with Dawn from Wine, Beer, and Spirits.
Wine, Beer, Spirits, yes.
And
welcome. Lovely to meet you.
Welcome. So we are at Bloody Mary Fest, and last year you guys won Best Zest.
Best Zest, yep.
And
talk to us about that. Yeah.
We were here for the repeat, and we want Best of Show this year, too.
Oh.
We're kind of proud of ourselves.
Awesome. Can you tell us a bit about how, some of the stipulations or the how is it judged, or how does this work?
Well, basically, people come in, they get a ticket, Best Zest, Best Show, and Best Presentation. And they walk around all the vendors and everything. They try a little bit here, a little bit there. and then eventually they'll put the little tickets in our boxes, and then they add up at the end, and hopefully we'll have the most in 2 of the categories.
Well, congrats on that.
Thank you.
Did you? Now, I don't want to share any industry secrets or anything, but do you like? Are you? We have to come up with something new or innovative, or what is the process like? Or
well, actually, everything we have. I don't know if you've been to our store before.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like it's like a toy. It's a playground
Stop
for
at the
adults.
bar and come say hi to me next time.
Okay.
Yes, a lot of time. Both our products we have a zesty one and then a non-spicy one.
Right.
And everything we have in them, we sell in the store. So it's kind of like helping the store out too. And I have recipe cards at the bar, so I'm happy to share. Nothing's a secret. We like to share the wealth with everyone.
That's awesome.
It's a happy place.
Yeah.
So what are you serving up? What's in your drink today? Or the zesty one, at least.
There's about 6 different mixes that we put together. And I will say this is not really a secret, but I use Arby's horseradish sauce.
Oh.
I love horseradish sauce. It's too grainy.
Yeah.
With Arby's horsey sauce, it's that creaminess and the flavor, dilute a little bit, and spicy pickle vodka.
Oh.
And then our non-spicy one, we come with like a ribeye flavor.
Oh.
So lightly smoky, teeny hint of pepper, not like spice pepper, like pepper.
Nice.
And then the beautiful ribeye kind of flavor comes out really nice, especially towards the end of it.
Yeah.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
So how long have you been with Wine, Beer, and Spirits?
Just about since the beginning. It started. The store opened beginning of May of 2020. I started a couple weeks after that.
Okay.
And the fun stuff, I also teach high school here as well.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you teach?
At the World History.
Ooh.
At Miller South.
Oh, cool. How long have you been there?
This is my 11th year.
Awesome.
Just finished. So yeah, summer vacation now.
Yeah, you're like, yeah. Don't talk to me about teaching for two months.
Oh, I love doing it, but I also love sleeping late.
Yes, there's that. Yes,
that's one of the best things about the summertime.
That's awesome.
But it's great. It's right down the street from school. And and I see a lot of families come in and standers like that. So it's kind of nice. It's a good little hangout place.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Plus the bar is great too because you can get a drink, walk around looking for drinks.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I have never taken advantage of that.
Oh,
I'm always like, because I'm always that one that's like, oh, I need to stop, and then I'll run in and frantically.
We'll come and do a shot next time.
Well, now, it's gonna have to be planned. I'm gonna have to plan that for sure.
No, we've gone like leisurely, like we walk around, and it's just like we end up getting more than we planned on getting because it's just you spot something new and you just want to like.
Oh yeah, there's new stuff coming all the time. That's the beauty about it. It just never gets boring.
Yeah.
There's always. Tuesdays and Thursdays are the big delivery days. It's like, I want this, I want this, I want this.
Yeah.
And I try and bring most of it up to the bar. And
that's cool.
I run the bar as well, so that's why.
Okay, so as a history person,
yes,
one of my degrees is in history as well. I'm wondering if you, because I will dive deep into the history of whatever it is that I'm doing. Do you do like historical things on any of the alcohol or anything like that? Do you kind of geek out on that?
Yeah, I'll do like a special sort of like this is just a drink of Greece or a wine, a story behind it, or tequila, or something like that. Like some people come out and explain a little background for it.
I would love that. That's why I'm asking, because I'd be like, tell me more about the history of this beverage. Yeah, that's
There's always a story behind all this stuff. So that people love to, and it's like the special touch of the store. So that you can go into any store and buy a bottle of whiskey or vodka, whatever.
Yeah.
But pretty much all of our staff is pretty well versed on all, whether it be the wine area, whether it be the spirits, and it's more of it's an experience more than just a shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So when you guys opened, during the shutdown and COVID, we started getting these Yum boxes delivered to our house.
Yeah.
And they had it was each a different country, and so the kids would love it because they got snacks. But we wanted to make it like a whole thing, so get a dinner and then a drink from that country. And so we would come to your guys' store, and some of the random ingredients was we didn't know where to look, but we always had someone helping us find these random liqueurs or something. And
I have to help me find it too sometimes. There's so much stuff, so much new stuff. I don't get away from behind the bar as much as I like to. And I'm like, I need this, and there's always some. So I'm like, I take advantage of the workers there as much as you all do.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
It was a fun. Once a month we'd get a box, and we'd learn about this country. We'd watch a video, watch a travel show on the place, and then we'd get a drink and try the different snacks.
Oh yeah, the great snack. I get the same thing. Remember my kids during that COVID summer.
It was
Maybe that's something you do.
You felt like you travel, but
it's added to some of your recipes, some snacks that might go well with it, or that's awesome.
Well, we do have the Wahoo Meat Locker. It has a mini store in our store too.
Oh, geez,
actually, it's pretty big now, not quite mini.
Really?
But oh yeah. And so
I'm a vegan. I haven't walked into the meat locker. But I didn't realize it was there.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Oh yeah, it's a big chunk of the store in the back. They have slot freezer. You get fresh meat. You get the snacks, beef jerky. They have little kitchen accessories and
that's cool.
Variety of this condiments and all that. It's a nice little setup.
That's awesome.
Another good reason to come.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. This is awesome.
So what else do you do? So like our whole podcast is about Omaha and like about your day job and summer job now, but like also what else do you do in your free time then? What are some places that you love to frequent? In Millard or wherever?
I say I have a lot of free time, but between teaching all day and then work all night.
Yeah.
The only thing I really do is run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Lincoln Marathon every year.
Awesome. Cool.
A couple other depends on how much extra time I might have.
Right.
We ran our first marathons together.
Congratulations.
This was a while ago.
Like 2006.
It was almost 20 years ago. It was like 2005, December.
What?
Yeah.
You did one.
Oh no, we've done more, but
you did more.
Our first ones were together for Leukemia Lymphoma Society.
It is very much of a head game too.
Yes.
It's more mental almost. Like I just had to have a plan on each mile, how I had to get through it.
Yeah.
Like
because the physical part is one thing, but you get to that mile 21, 22, you're like,
and you're just like, I could stop. I should maybe stop.
Because if you start walking, you're done.
Yeah.
You have to just power through it. But that's because you can do it anytime. You don't need somebody else there to do it. Just put a pair of shoes on and go. So
and Lincoln's a good one.
Yeah, Lincoln is nice.
It's not massively hilly. It's not,
well supported.
Yeah, it's so well supported. Yeah, it's awesome.
I guess I've only done the half marathon, but I would assume the full is.
Yeah, it's good.
It's not as supportive in the back.
Okay. Yeah,
but most people run the half marathon.
Yeah.
The full there. And there's enough support. There's not as many fans.
Right.
So you run that one every year?
That one every year, and then a couple others just depends on time. And all that.
Yeah.
Like the Omaha Marathon's coming up, and I don't know if I'm not coming to the Heartland. I'm going to I forget.
Oh yeah. I was going to say, do they still run the massive hill on the back end of the marathon in the
marathon?
zoo?
I think they've changed it.
I
did that one.
Yeah, I did too.
And I remember I was running. It was one of my very first races, and I was among a group, and these guys were just like, "We're almost to the top," and they were totally lying about it.
Yeah.
Where I was like, "Okay," and then I'm like, "We're not to the top of this hill. You lied."
Yeah.
I think it was 13th Street.
You just have to close your eyes and go.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I've learned, just look down, and it looks flat if you just keep your eyes down.
Oh, that hill.
You don't notice what's coming up.
You don't realize how hard that. I mean, pushing a stroller up it was one thing, and it's like,
Dude.
but like running it, that was.
No.
It's neat in theory to run through the zoo, but it's too hilly.
You get to that hill and you're like, no, that monster.
I'm just going to walk.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, I love that you sat down and you're a teacher of 11 years at Millard South and winner at the Bloody Mary Fest. And
very much hopes to repeat
and a runner
this year. That's right.
That's awesome. Yeah. So we ask everybody who comes on our show, where do you find inspiration in Omaha?
My inspiration in Omaha?
Yeah, where do you find it?
I love actually how downtown is being even more revitalized. Because being history, history guy, I love the fact that they try and save as many of the old buildings as you can. Not as many as unfortunately as we wish Jobbers came up years ago. But and the new construction life is incorporating some of the ideas, the brick and all that. I love that. And the park, they're redoing the Jay and Leah Hall, which is it's all going to be awesome too. So it's little things like that I like.
Awesome.
And it's just a different feeling down the old market, downtown, than out west of Omaha Central, anywhere like that.
Yeah.
And Blackstone's kind of like that as well.
I agree.
Because they really kept that one
turned around.
Yes.
It really has. It's great.
And Benson, of course, has. I love those little old areas.
Yeah.
It makes you feel, it's like, it's not just wrapping paper on a neighborhood. It's like going, there's actually life and history behind all this.
Yeah, I love that. I've never heard that analogy before. The wrapping paper.
Yeah,
I love that.
You can unlock a market that one. You can use
we'll
that.
quote you. We'll put it. We'll make sure we get all and give the right credit. It's a really good one.
Okay, I'll take that. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, is there anything that you want to plug or say or anything while you? Yeah.
Nothing. Just come visit me at Wine Beer Spirits. Wilkie Mall, downtown, Fremont, Lincoln, Grand Island, and we'll be happy. Sit
How
down,
many
chat
locations do you guys have now? I didn't
5 right
realize
now.
that. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Fremont is the most recent one.
Okay, that's fantastic.
And it's really kind of cool. It's an old restaurant. It's like a little separate room kind of look and feel because that's like the old restaurant was. So it's a unique bar over there too. So it's really kind of again, it's a historic look. I just incorporated the old building. I mean, Toys R Us wasn't really a historical building, but
I remember it from my child.
Yeah, but we kind of we do keep the shopping carts.
Yeah.
We have the Entrasic signs, so you still see some flavor of Toys R Us.
I've only gone to the old market, like the downtown. Because I worked at Connecticut. I lived downtown. I lived down there, and it was right close to. Yeah, it's great.
They'll take care of you down there too.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool.
Well, thank you so much for coming on our show, and good luck today.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
See you at the table, get some Bloody Marys.
Yeah, we'll come by. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thanks for listening to Oh My Omaha, the podcast. We want to thank our guest, Hurrdat Media, all of you for your support, and the Omaha community at large.
So from Dee and I, keep on exploring.